Aitkin Community Hospice offers personalized care in a comfortable home-like setting.
The Comox Valley Hospice Society supports 6 hospice beds at Aitkin Community Hospice inside Oceanfront Village long-term care. But half of the beds are now being closed due to a shortage of provincial funding.
So how you can suddenly determine that, oh, we only need 3 is, it's a really heartbreaking decision.
Based on population, the Ministry of Health determined the Comox Valley should have 6 hospice beds, but the owner of Oceanfront Village, Golden Life, is moving palliative care nurses from those beds to long-term care beds because funding for contract nurses has ended.
They had some temporary funding through COVID, which has ended, and that's meant there's an even bigger pinch in terms of trying to provide services in long-term care and in our hospice.
Well, the ministry is trying to spin it, but at the end of the day, what ended up happening was they moved the funding over to the long-term care side due to those long-term care cuts to avoid closing 28 long-term care beds. So it's a bit of a bait and switch by government to try and make the numbers look better.
Health Minister Josie Osborne is calling it a temporary closure, but isn't saying when the beds will be reinstated.
Island Health continues to work directly with the provider and working on recruitment. The resolution to this is around recruiting more staff, something that this government's been very focused on.
The Hospice Society says funding for long-term care and hospice should not come from the same pot.
When you put long-term care funding and hospice funding together, and then there's a pinch, decisions like this can get made. And we need our 6 beds.
She says palliative care nurses will often move to find work in their specialty rather than be shifted to something like long-term care.
We've got a good group of palliative care nurses who are trained and who are specialized and who help operate those 6 beds. So, you know, keeping 3 beds closed, you're going to lose staff and you may not get them back.
So even if this is temporary for 3 or 4 months and we're hearing end of fiscal year, potentially be reinstated, we may not have the staff to open them back up anyways.
The minister says families will still be able to access at-home hospice care if the 3 beds at Oceanfront Village are being used.